Drivers, to your cars.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Yay! Now that is quite the entrance.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, yep, that's our good old buddy Angel over here as we welcome you to the AT&T Grand National Series, the 2026 Subway 250 here at the Rock here in North Carolina. Angel, you kicked things off already, and what the...
Oh my God.
Okay, we got a new twist in the commentary booth because apparently a friend of ours managed to get to our soundboard, and now he seems to freely communicate whenever he likes. But before we get to
I can do what I want to, Cody.
Okay, give me a minute. We have a little glitch in the system.
Oof.
While I go deal with that, Angel, feel free to give your thoughts about this track.
Well, this track, slightly over a mile, although NASCAR says it's a mile track for some reason, with a very small, almost quad oval-like shape, Richmond style, and with 8 degrees of banking on the back straightaway, Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina. It is a fast racetrack, but also the pavement, it just got repaved with a little bit of blacktop, so that means that it's going to turn it into 80-bit sandpaper, which means it's going to take a huge toll on your tires.
Tire preservation may be a huge deal here today here at Rockingham, as we are expecting to see some insane action here. Bunch of 3 and possibly 4 wide racing, and don't forget about the possible big one. Now, before we go into starting lineup, there's a couple of drivers we got to go over here today. The one, first and foremost, will be our pole setter, Tari Smith. Last night, during activity at the motorhomes, she and Maggie ran into a bit of an altercation. The altercation involved some sort of weed from 3 cheap products. Tari was rushed to the hospital. Good news is she is able to race. Bad news is she'll be unable to go through the full distance. As a result, one of the drivers who initially failed to qualify for today's race, Taro Haggerty, will be filling in for Tari Smith after the first pit stop of the race. Angel, any other notes that we should be aware of?
Well, we should go out there over them in just a little bit, but let's go finally through our starting lineup for today's race.
Thank you very much. I'll start things off over here with the pole setter, Tari Smith. We already mentioned her situation. Glitch colors per usual for Tari. And next to her, we got another Ford here, Shane Kane, that Fireball Ford Mustang. Angel, you take over row 2.
Row 2, we're going to see Ito Teiji in the Sirius XM Mustang and the Swiffer Mustang of Saiko Bichitaru, which makes it 4 Fords in the top 5.
Yep, and 5 Fords in the first 3 rows as we see Buck Games and that Double X Chevrolet. And of course, next to him, we got Gav Dennis. That's Snucker's Mustang. Oh, for the love of Pete. He had to beat somebody up earlier. More on that later. Next
up, we're going to see a Castellat row with Eileen Galvan and Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet Impala and the Akron Oil Impala of Regina Servant.
And speaking of Castellat, we got Dale Bush in that Nos Energy Drink Chevrolet. He's been through an eventful week, let me tell you that right now. And next to him...
Hi, Cody.
My goodness, Lazarian Smith, Claire's Charger. We're going to move on with the chaos here.
Alright, finally we're going to see Isuka Midoriya in the Bandai Namco Camry and the Bucky's Charger of Lana Loud.
Thank the Lord it was not driven by Bucky Jr. this weekend, let me tell you that much. Up next, we got Jasmine Prime and the Chevrolet. And of course, we got Clyde McBride in that Busch Light Ford Mustang. for Haas Factory Team Code by Dale Busch.
What?
Well, I mean, that's what it was last year! Anyway.
Yeah, anyways, behind them we're going to see Riley Anderson and the Carl's Jr. Charger recently had to shut off her DraftKings account. And next to her is going to be Ann Boonchoey in the Air Asia Impala.
Mm-hmm. And coming up next, we got Georgia Harrison at Sam's Club Charger per usual. And next to her is somebody who rarely makes the show here. Lately, she's been on fire, Zoe Persons. And that Double X Chevrolet, another Double X Series entry here for today's race.
Behind them is going to be Anna Spork in the Monster Charger. And finally, making his first AT&T Grand National start, Jeffy in the number 6 KFC Camry.
You do realize you only have to say his name once, right? Anyway, up next we got Romina Ortiz is one of the favorites to come over to the Rada Sisters Cup program next season. Of course, next to her, Jay Johnson. Old timer, keep on going at Lowe's Chevrolet.
Behind them is going to be Melody Purple and the Always Melody YouTube Impala and the University of Georgia Charger of Lynn Lau Jr.
We got Danielle Bogasarev and the UPS Cano Motorsports Chevrolet. And next one we got another Chevrolet, Morgan McGill. Current rumor states team may shut down as a result. She may possibly go over to the Consulate Athletic Program in 27.
Next up behind them is going to be Corey LaJoy in the This Is How We Sonic Impala and Luz Naceida in the Telemundo Puerto Rico Mustang.
All right. And another rumor to talk about with Luz Naceida, we'll talk about that later. Up next, we got the winner of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race back on Saturday, William Sawalich, trying to go 2 for 2 at Amtrak Toyota. And next to him, we got one of the big threats, Ryan Truex at Oscar Mayer Chevrolet. Has been giving him a good finish every single time. He's going to be set for the outside lane, so we're going to see how he can try to get himself to the front.
Behind them is going to be Christopher Diaz in the Televisión Azteca Camry and the 5-hour energy charger of Ruby Vaughan.
Up next, we got one of Ruby's teammates over here, Nelly Camille, in that Halva Lane Charger. Always a great throwback to come around here. And we 01 PlayStation Impala.
Behind them is going to be Phineas Flynn in the iHeartRadio Camry and the branded Impala of rookie Justin Allgaier.
Rookie or veteran? Anyway, Laura Moulton, that Mavis Tyrone Brakes Mustang for the Rada Sisters. And we got another 4 next to her. We got Haley Deegan, per usual, in the back. For a lot of people to say it's deserved for her to be in the back. And that Monster Energy Mustang.
Then the penultimate row, we're going to see Desiree Hudson in the Cold Stone Impala and the still sponsorless Camry of Shota Todoroki, but things are looking up as we are currently seeing the potential of KFC moving over to 93 and SML taking the ranks of KFC in the 6.
And in the final row, we got 2 old-timers here, Jamie McMurrin and McDonald's Impala, and next to Jamie... Now, this one's interesting. So, the story goes like this. Remember that little altercation I mentioned earlier? Maggie Splitzer was suspended by Colic Racing, and as a result, AJ Allmendinger will be filling in for Maggie and that number 10 Menards Charger, and due to the driver change, the 10 car will have to start at the rear of the field. Originally 30th, so that means the coconut goes to... Matt tonight! You're having coconuts!
Yeah. Alright.
So with that being said, now I gotta ask you all, who are you picking to win today's race here at Rockingham?
Well, to be honest on this one, I'm gonna go with a bit of a murky one. I'm gonna go with the 04 of Saiko Bichitaru. I think she has what it takes to win at the Rock.
All right. Meanwhile, for me, unfortunately, I can't pick the 03. I can't pick the 04. So I'm going to go for a more interesting pick this time around. We have seen drivers have success from below the point standings, and as a result, I'm going to go with Mark Games to take home this race. Because, like I said, he was literally my second option. My first option was literally Tari / Hogre, but I can't go with that due to my own team affiliation. As we see what the voice chat is going at for picks, as of now, kind of silent, but hey, we can do what we can do around here. Meanwhile, the pit area, we have Sebastian Galloway nearby. So, Seb, any more driver's notes here before we start the engines?
At this moment, I did not really get a whole heck of a lot. The only thing I can confirm is that a lot of the drivers here want to win at this track before they have to head to Bristol because they say that this track is going to be a lot more tame than the last Great Coliseum. Back up to you guys in the booth.
All right, and we should transfer it over to one of our pit reporters, Rick Erickson. What do you think? What do you think, Cody? Transfer it over to Rick because he seems to have a
good idea. Yeah, good idea. Let's head over to Rick. I almost thought you were heading over to Rick immediately, but anyway, Rick, what's up over there in the pit lane?
Well, so far, a last-minute change on Dale Bush's car, and he had to put a brand new alternator on the car in case something went wrong. And I'm here with Dale Bush right next to the window net. Dale, tell us a little bit about the story of replacing the brand new, replacing the alternator and installing a new one after tech inspection.
Yeah, we were looking at the car over at their inspection, and we just kind of kept looking at the alternator. And I talked to Chad Canales after the inspection was done, and we both agreed that something wasn't right, so we just decided to change it.
All right, so do you think that is going to be the secret for you to escape with another victory in this season, the second win of the year?
Hopefully, but I'm just going to have to try my hardest.
All right, good luck to you, man. We're going to go now to the booth, guys. Cody.
Yep, and we are just moments away from hearing the most famous words of motorsports. Real quickly here, so let's take track aside here to hear those words.
Drivers, start your engines!
Question.
Boy.
All right.
And there's the field rolling out. Now for DNQs, Austin Hunter once again did not start. Annabelle Alberti, Sebastian Nava, newly hiree for the 06 team. Nino Lahai from the 13 missed the race. Carlo Herrera missed the race. Toro Hakure, originally DNQ, she's going to be on standby for Tari Smith. Tyler Reddick, Julika Kofane. Julika Kofane missed the race again. And finally, Corey Day is the last one of these drivers going home.
Yep, and a little note here, the usual rule is as soon as the driver DNQs, you're done for the weekend. Medical exemption is the reason why Taro Hagare is allowed to be on the track for this race. As Paige car goes in, and we're green here at the Subway 250 at the Rock. Three wide already by the race winner from Saturday, William Sawalich. While Tari trying to hold her best against Ito, as it looks like Tari's going to lead them for lap number 1.
And look who's already making moves. He's not going to wait any moment around in this race. That being Mark Gaines, winless this season, DNQing left and right now he's in third.
And that's why I picked him to contend here. Nearly every race we have seen Navajo, who's been doing horrible in the points, just magically find themselves in the front. And next thing you know, they just go out, either win or finish in the top 5. So, Mark Games hoping to continue that trend here today. As drivers who start the outside lane, they're open for something good. As Ito trying to prove he's one of the best 4 teams as we're looking at Dale. And Mark, Look at
Go
everyone
inside.
at this point.
Hey, how the hell is Mark James so damn fast?
Well, I don't know. We're looking at the moment, Dale. Just keep digging.
Thank you.
Fastest lap now belongs to Casa Loud's Eileen Galvan.
I mean, Eileen Galvan joined the drivers of the inside lane, and now she is labeled in 4th place. As we have a train hoping to get past Tari for the lead before she has to pit and do a driver swap. As you see drivers who started the outside lane really struggling to get the inside. Here's the driver who did have to start at the back of the field due to a driver change. AJ Allmendinger originally wasn't going to race this weekend. Got the call to fill in for Beggy. And since then, he has made up a couple of positions. So far so good. He still has a lot of time to recover.
He still has a lot, and you see how good he's moving around the racetrack. However, his progress has been very, very slow and steady. But considering that he started that last, I don't think he's doing half bad out there.
Yeah, not half bad at all. I mean, he's passed quite a few drivers already. He may pass even more. We've been trapped at the outside lane. We're going to keep an eye on the progress there later, as it looks like, if I saw that correctly, no. It looked like Tari was going to hang out the outside lane, allowing Ito to take the lead, but not yet. Ito has won a race so far in 2026, winning the race at Las Vegas.
You guys get me up there? How far is the leader? I got a question for you two in the booth.
All right, go ahead, Dale.
How far away is Tari from us? Too far away?
No,
Bro.
she's not that far away.
I can't see her. I hate being in a train, but we're trying to get something going.
She's half a second in front of you.
Okay, cool.
Good grief.
Funny stories
Yes.
from our in-race reporter, Dale Bush. Always appreciate him. Always fun to watch. And he's currently the point leader in the series.
Absolutely, and where he's running right now, he's going to have a commanding lead over the rest of the contenders here, as you still see drivers in the outside lane dropping out of the top 10. Could very well drop out of the top 20. Because, Shane, Psycho, even those who started good from the outside lane are having issues early because they are falling back, something they can't afford to see unless they resort to strategy. As, dear Lord, we take a look at Ryan Truex, a combatant for the points lead entering this race. What do we got to say about Truex here?
He has been horrendous at the start of this race. Remember, he started this race 10 points behind Dale. 10 markers. So I think that if he finishes where he is right now, that lead is going to be increased in the favor of the 89.
Vastly increased, that is for sure, as we see one of the drivers who finally got to the inside lane, Psycho, who started 4th. She might be on the road to recovery here, as she finally found the inside lane. Meanwhile, we take a look at Deo, trying to get behind his teammate of Eileen Galvan. It's currently... Oh, Dale. Anyway,
he's looking really good on that one, but he's also very tucked in to the rear of Eileen Galvan. Maybe trying to get a little bit of draft, and although it's rare at Rockingham, you can still get some draft if you go on the back straightaway.
Absolutely. I mean, this is one of... Caution! Caution is out! Smoke from the back straightaway! We're going to find out what the heck happened here as we see multiple cars damaged. Tari to the lead, but we are going to find out what triggered the first caution of this race. It did happen from the back straightaway. Oh, looks like Deegan and Alderbinger are both involved.
We're gonna see.
Let's take a look at what happened. Ooh,
there were
three wide situation here.
Dennis.
Oh! Gav got in it. Lazarius Smith got involved. a little
we
bit,
did.
but the two worst cars were Deegan and Allmendinger. We are going to
Guys,
take a
let me
look.
guess. Gav Dennis decided to be a dumbass again.
Yes, he
We're going to
did.
find out here in just a moment, but 3 wide does not work, especially coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, it doesn't. And
Wrong
also-
place, wrong time for Allmendinger.
Yeah, that was a direct rear hit for the 10 of Allmendinger.
Yeah. Luckily, not too much damage, though.
Nears
As we
Deegan.
look at Deegan next.
And here we have some audio from the 41 as it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are they doing? That is just unbelievable! Fucking morons! Ooh.
Oh, no. Apologies for language as we are pitting at the moment. And looking at this, if Tari pitted, then the driver swap has indeed happened. And Hoggeray will be taking over the LC for the rest of the race. As what the heck's going on here?
Converging.
The fuck is he doing, guys?
Well, it is standard procedure standard procedure in the series. When a driver change occurs in Cricket, Cup, or AT&T or trucks, they need to restart at the back. That's what Toro Hawker is doing at the moment.
Okay, so basically got screwed by the rules on that one. Well, thank you for the rules analyst on that one. That is something you do not see in real life racing whatsoever. Usually that only happens at the start of the race.
She's going to the rear. She's going to the rear too. Don't worry about it.
Okay, Orbit.
What the hell was she doing?
Everyone is on everyone on the radio is now wondering what the heck is going on as we go on the go, Cody.
Oh, yeah. So, while people are questioning that whole thing, that whole situation, we got Ito inheriting the lead because of a controversial penalty. But let's just take a look at the rest of the lineup here as we go for the restart. Not much has changed there ever since the pit stop, so either everybody pitted or the front stayed out. Who knows at this point? Well, I got
have to
Ito.
ask.
What?
Before we go green, and I have to switch back to my team radio. It's a damn 62 car leading.
Yes.
Well, damn.
Oh, for crying out loud. Well, pace car's in, and we're gonna go back green here at Rockingham. Yeah, and just like that, Glitch Racing Ventures might not be having some good finishes here at all today.
Oh, and look at the restart move already.
Gets played.
Galvan and Dale are not going for small moves on.
Oh my! What a chaotic restart in the front, I'll give you that much. Eileen Galvin taking over second and preventing Dale, or maybe not. Dale trying! No!
This asshole keeps fucking blocking me.
Dang.
Sir, that's your teammate. Sir!
And now Mark Games has been screwed up by the Castellao duo. He's gonna have to go all the way to Tove to find an opening to even try to get something out of it. Still not clear. Still not clear on that one.
Well, in that particular case, it is not going to be a good ride for Mark Games. As we have potential 3-1 over there. Psycho, Sowalich, and somebody else. Looks like they were able to make it cleared out. But that was a bit risky here. Psycho, a little ticked after last week at Martinsville. She knew she needed a win to try to lock herself into the show this week. But due to being swapped out and finishing second instead, she had to qualify to make the show. Good news is, she did make the show. And since she was able to find the inside lane before the caution, she is trying to get herself into the top 10, she still needs to get some work done in order for her to get back to the front.
However, she's doing a pretty good job at the moment. I mean, top 20, that is a good point stay in regards to the top 35 rule on that 04.
Absolutely. As of now, I mean, your first aim is to get into the top 35, and there's still a lot of races to go to try to be in that top 12 to make the chase. Psycho trying to become a contender for second year in a row. As we take a look at Melody, Melody Purple has been a bit calm as of late, but right now she's just trying to find her way to the front.
And she's doing it. She's doing it with the help of a technical teammate.
Of Zoe Persons. Zoe Persons has barely done anything before last week, and ever since then, Zoe Persons has been in and out, still trying to find her groove in at 33. But since then, she has been trying to go on a tear, and that's what she's doing right now. As you see Zoe Persons trying to get behind the one for what seems to be the 11th position.
And yes, that is a good battle for 11th. However, in front of them, we have a developing story, that being a very interesting battle for 8th place between 3 cars: Sport, Hearts, and Buncho.
Yeah. I know Buncho had an eventful week as well as of late. I mean, she almost did get in trouble for drinking in the middle of the week, but luckily it didn't go that far. But they were a little concerned at that 3. But until we hear otherwise, that 3 of Van Boontree just trying to focus on the track, trying to hang on to the top 10.
And she's trying to as well, because this battle for 7th could be transforming to a 5-way horse for that 7th position. As we take a look at the battle for now, for 3rd place, Jasmine is going to try to get Dale Bush.
Alex Prime here in the AT&T Grand National Series hasn't been looking the best so far, so it would be a feel-good moment if Jasmine Prime can get a good finish here and try to raise the morale of the team, because look at them so far this year. They've had some issues with security in the last couple of weeks. Annabella Alberti has constantly DNQ'd ever since the top 35 rule came into effect. Alex Prime in a position where he's either close or will need to try to make the show next week at Bristol for Cricket Cup. And especially when we find out the DNQs for tonight's race for the Straight Talk Truck Series, not only Alex, but also Manny Jacoby both failed to qualify in shocking upsets.
Oh, yes, it is. As we see Dale now trying to battle hard for the 2nd position. Trying to get to her inside. Trying to get her inside coming out of turn 3. That's going to be the game plan, Dale.
You know what the game plan's gonna be? You shutting the fuck up and letting me drive.
That's all for it.
Okay. Alrighty then. That's interesting.
Yeah, that was weird.
As it seems to me that nobody is really catching up here. Passing has been going less and less often. And meanwhile, I guess we may as well take a look at fastest lap, since there's pretty much almost nothing in the front.
Romina Ortiz.
Oh! Ortiz with the fastest time so far, even if it doesn't look like she's even going to go anywhere at this point. She is going to get the bonus point as it stands, and if we've seen pre-qualifying, early laps are usually the fastest. So Romina Ortiz is looking really good to get that bonus point. As you see other cars hanging in the back.
And you see other cars that are going to try to move over to help that 12. Corella Joyce, one of them, and now Jeffy is going to join into that line.
Yeah, absolutely there. I mean, it has been eventful for Jeffy, especially for the IQ. Makes me question how he even was eligible to get in the car in the first place, but at least, as of now, he's keeping the car clean. That is usually objective number 1. So, so far, keeping it clean, that's what they're looking for today, as they're trying to keep the 6 car in the top 35 in the points. Because you take a look at who's in the front, it is not looking very good for the 6, and they may even lose a couple of positions, including one to Psycho, who is trying to get herself into the front right now.
Exactly, and at the moment we have Rick Erickson, who at the moment is with Tari. Finally stepping down from that car, and she is now going to be watching the rest of the race from the pit stall. Let's go to Rick. Right now I'm sitting with Tari Smith. How do you feel in the car in the first couple of laps up until that first caution?
Felt really good, and my throat is killing me, but for the moment, I'm pretty much okay. Cannot wait to see how the 03 finishes. I know she has to restart from the back, but at the moment that is the consensus, I would say. Learned a lot from Rockingham. Cannot wait here to race again, probably in the future when Grey Cup comes in. And I'll come back this Saturday night at Bristol. Thank you, guys.
All right, that is the truth over here for Tari. Back to you guys.
Well, that's good news for Tari, that she will be able to come back in full power for the Z03, but we have another problem. Getting sent to the back was not a good idea for the Z03, because you take a look at the owner's points, the Z03 does not have much of an advantage, and they needed a good run, but apparently they're getting screwed over by the rule set, because if they finish where they're at, they could run the risk of having to qualify into the next race at Bristow. So Tari may very well not even bother to race next week if pre-qualifying goes in a certain way. So right now, Hoggeray and the Z03, on the bright side, there is history to be made here. Even if this is not supposed to be a first official start, Hoggeray has become the first driver to run in all 4 Cricket Cup, AT&T, Straight Talk Trucks, and AA in one season. So, despite the 03 not looking good, not only in the race, but not looking good in the owner's points after starting on the pole, Hoggeray is making some good history here today, regardless.
Yeah, just try to keep it over here straight. Just watch the 15. Just watch the 15 on that one. He's still there. Still there, 14 behind you now. And that is the amount of pressure that is being put on Hoggeray on our first start.
Hey, wake up.
Yeah, so basically Hoggeray trying to get as many positions as possible, because they cannot afford to have both the 03 and the 04 have to resort to knockouts at Bristow after being subject to it for the first 5 races of the season due to an order points mishap. As we see here, everyone is separating quite a bit. But it looks like Galvan is closing down on Ito for the race lead.
The car is completely ass. It won't turn in the corner, wants to drift up to the wall in the backstretch. Fix the damn thing, man, please.
Right, 4 man. On the first on the first green flag stop, we're gonna take a look at it, Dale. We're gonna get 4 tires and fuel.
Yeah, I mean, we do have to take a look at the field window real quickly here, because assuming that this was not going to go under caution, everyone would have needed to pit once. And since that caution did come out on lap 11, who knows if they will actually need to pit in this race. Odds are they may need to at some point. But for more information on this, Angel, what's the fuel window here for this track?
Well, for the fuel window, it really doesn't matter here, Rockingham. We can go like about 50 or something laps on fuel, but the big concern is tires, and that is the tire window, what they are worrying for. And it's going to be from anywhere to 40 to 44 laps on tires. So these drivers really need to watch on that rubber. in case something goes wrong.
So that means we will be having one cycle of green flag pit stops, assuming that we don't have a caution anytime soon. Because if we get a caution, it will most likely be a money stop here to see who may get the race win. Because as of right now, nothing much changed in the front besides a rule enforcement policy. Because if it wasn't for that, the 03 probably would have been dominating this race. And because of that rule, they may have set the 03 possibly into knockout qualifying next week. As Ito is pulling away from the 25.
And Ito has been running really good lately. I mean, ever since that win and his great results, he's been having a lot of momentum going his way. And remember, and we have to remember this one thing. He comes into this race in a very comfortable 7th in points. So if he gets a win and hopes that Dale has a terrible finish outside of the top 5 or top 10, he could be contending Dale for the lead.
I heard all of that, and I just might have an awful finish if the 25 won't move out of the way, acting like it's a roadblock this whole damn race.
And this race, look at how slow these cars have gotten, and I think that is going to be the consequence of tire wear. These drivers are now getting slower, Cody.
Must be the tire wear. I'll give you that much. The runs, the stints, all coming to an end here because it could be any time in the next few minutes. They will need to go down the pits, as it looks like, as Ito is indeed pulling away. How about we take a look at the med pack? Because I do not think any positions here are actually going to be changing anytime soon.
Well, we have a few challengers over here, as now Midoriya is trying to hold on for the deal life for that 5th place, but it seems like it is helping on that high side against Clyde McBride.
Yeah, exactly. As of now, it looks like that 00.
Whoa.
I mean, there
goes first stops.
Okay, that explains it. Pit stops are happening. And it starts with the 2, and here comes the rest of them. Green flag pit stops are underway, and this will likely be their only stop of the race.
Pit, Dale.
Besides
Pit,
pit,
but don't speed, man.
Yeah, don't speed and don't try to violate the commitment line, as he decided not to pit.
Yeah,
he's going to be waiting for the right time to pit. I'll give it that much. We are running on different strategies here, as we're waiting to see how this is all going to play out, as it looks like Ito, maybe?
Yep, Ito coming
Ito's
in.
going to go pit.
As well as Dale Bush, and oh my goodness, this may be straight in the rest. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Plenty of cars going in the pit. Oh boy. This is the mother load.
Yeah, the mother load is okay, as well as some other drivers. Let's go over some of them. Rick. A lot of objectives went over for the 29 of Daniel Bogdasadov. They actually made a chassis setup and wedge adjustment setup, 4 tires and fuel for the 29. Let's go over now to Sebastian Galloway Jr. reporting on the 89 of Dale Bush.
Dale made some huge swinging adjustments, as you heard on the radio, saying he wasn't very comfortable with the car. The biggest thing I know that he made a change with is he asked the wheel lock and some tape to be taken off the car to make it a little more freer. It's only going to be a matter of time before we can fully see if the adjustments happen, but so far, the 4 tire stop, gas, and a bunch of changes on the tire pressures and the tape.
Thank you. As we have the caution out at the moment, we don't know why.
Oh, we have an incident, and I think we know where it was, because I saw smoke round turns 1 and 2. And I think this was while Pet Psycho was actually being wrapped up. We have found our culprit, and it looks like for the second time today, Lazarius Smith has been involved in an incident.
And this, she came up. She came up.
11.
She came up on Camille, and that is gonna ruin her niece day.
Oh, and that is not good for the 97. I remember talking about some cars that were close to the top 35 in owners points. That 97 entry. What was the 11 doing? What the? Okay. We're going to have to dissect this here. So he gets bumped by the 2. The 11 does spin. But then after spinning, decides instead of stopping on the grass, decides to go. Should have went under the apron. Yeah. I will tell you right now that officials are reviewing that incident by the 11 because that one was a bit questionable. And as a result, that 97, who entered this race 35th in the owner's points, that might have sealed it for the 97 to resort to pre-qualifying next week. Yeah. So basically, they are reviewing that incident involving the 11 to see if they need something to holler. Meanwhile, we have cars trapped a lap down because it does say that Deku is the leader. They're saying Deku is the leader, and it looks like that means plenty of cars are being trapped a lap down. And as a result, like we had last week, since they are not officially a lap down, anybody ahead of Midoriya will cycle to the rear of the field. Because what happened last week, so we're staying consistent here, folks.
My goodness.
So with that being said, the good news is we still have plenty of time, unlike Martinsville, to get all these drivers cycled to the rear of the field for the next and possibly final restart. As we have the 41, 1 lap down, and Camille crashed out, will only get a single point. And that will most likely force Camille to qualify her way into the next race at Bristol. Because I'm taking a look at all the other drivers who made the show. You know, the 40 made the show. 40 will likely pass the 97. Psycho's going to pass the 97 as well as the 0. Let's see. Next car I see who made the show, the 24. But the 24 was 20 points behind Camille going into this, as I'm not even going to explain the rest of that bubble as of right now, at least. As we got the 2 car was another entry that was looking okay, I guess. 32nd in the owner's points. So what did I say? Drivers not looking too good in the owner's points, doing good in the race. As here we go, pace car is in, and we are back underway here at the Rock.
And Midoriya leads them very cleanly and Olympically.
Oh,
Georgia Hart's at the bottom.
Georgia Hart's to the inside. Georgia Hart's trying to capitalize. We're going to the inside for the lead.
And look at
as you do not be in the outside lane, at least not now. To the lead goes Georgia Hart's. And that Dodge Charger School Bus Motorsports. 1 car DNF, so now they're trying to get one to victory lane. As you see, Mota going to the inside as well as Psycho. Psycho still driving a bit kicked off here because Psycho wanted to get the win at Martinsville. And here she is trying to contend. She needs to hold off the 33 though. Dale Bush trying to get back in this conversation as well, as it looks like Laura Malta will hold on a second for now, as Midoriya is going to fall back severely.
Yeah, he falls back very cleanly, but now Laura Malta has never been in this position of winning a race before, and look at that. She's over there.
Oh my goodness. Yep, as you see, Zoe Persons, one of the drivers I talked about, drivers who seem to be below the top 35 in bonus points, doing fantastic in the races. Zoe Persons could be in the position to continue that trend as well as the Z04. The Z04 just a few points behind the top 35. I mean, these two cannot make a mistake here at this point. I mean, we are at a little over 10 to go. If you get put the outside lane now, you are more likely not going to get a top 10 finish out of this. You're probably going to be somewhere in the top 20, maybe even lower than that. As you see, Laura Malta, Psycho trying to maintain their spots here. As Dale is trying to give Persons a push. But oh no! Dale is going to the inside! And just like that, Zoe Persons is pretty much out of it. Psycho not in a good spot either.
Dale almost tried it. Dale almost tried it.
Psycho trying to take advantage of her anger here. She wanted to get the momentum to try to eventually go for second, but it is not going to work. And as the run continues, passing does not get any easier. As Dale might ruin Psycho's good finish as well.
My God.
Highway robbery is what Dale Bush is trying to pull here.
And he's now in second. He's now going for second. He has a good car now.
Bro. Okay. While we try to speculate what the heck Castle Loud is trying to do lately, Dale Bush finding himself in the second position. As Psycho needs to get to the inside lane ASAP. Alright, she might be positioned there for now as Dale's trying to go for the lead. What in the world are we doing? Less than 10 to go. Dale Bush wants another race win out of his butt.
And he's gonna do it. He clears the 84.
Yeah, he clears the 84, and now Dale Bush is a new favorite to win the race because at this point, even if a caution comes out, it could possibly be race over. So, just like that, Dale Bush to the point as he is looking pretty likely to win the race. As we are about to go to 5 to go, we may as well take a look at the other positions because let's be honest, how is anybody going to close out Dale Bush at this point?
What a rebound also for the 24 of Justin Allgaier.
I mean, Allgaier had a few days to rest after that O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race on Saturday. He is trying to get another good finish to wrap up the extended weekend for the 24 of Justin Allgaier. Points leader in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Now trying to help Junior Motorsports with getting at least one car, even if it's just one freaking car, to get into the show. As the laps keep on dwindling here, not many laps to go. As we are looking at another Casa Loud win, unless the 84 or the 87 can try the push for the race win. 4 to go. It's either 3 or 4 to go. Unfortunately, I can't see the second number, but regardless,
4 to go. Look at that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Oh, Georgia Hearts. Oh my goodness, that might have sealed it. Anna Spork does not have much time at all. Anna Spork will likely need to see the 89 have issues. Otherwise, it might be race over as Zoe Persson, Psycho, both trying to get into the top 35 in owners points. Psycho might be looking very good.
And
but for...
It's over!
This race is over!
And Jeffy got involved on that one, and that will be it. Dale Bush could win it.
Okay.
However, we are not going to give him to him yet.
Yeah, we have to take a look at that incident there. We need to look at that incident because somebody caused something. Is it 3 wide again?
Yes, it was. And oh, she hit the wall. Laura hit the wall, and then
Wait, 2 incidents were caused. That was the first incident. And then I saw another incident towards the back of the field. I want to take a look at the second incident first before looking at any views from the cameras. As we're going to take a look at what happened in that second incident. It looks like, oh, for Pete's sakes, the possible drunk driver having a drunk moment.
oh,
And it looks like she was almost saved until
Oh, my
Jasmine
God.
Prime decided to pull the send on that one. I can get aggression, but this is where things get a little questionable.
and here's
as
what
we
happened
take a
from
look.
Blue Gogan.
Yep.
And almost came up on
Oh.
Almendinger.
Yeah, almost gone to AJ Allmendinger. And because of ambushery and another driver that caused those incidents, they may force drivers who were near the bubble who got wrecked to force their way into Bristol next week. As coming out of turn number 4, Dale Busch, win number 2, here at Rockingham. He wins the Subway 250.
And that is his fourth career AT&T Grand National win as well.
Yeah, as we hear the boos again. Yep. Saw that coming from a mile away. And that is how we end the first of 2 races here as we find out who was the fastest lap of the race.
That was the that was the 12.
Thank you. As we are about to go over the results for the Subway 250, starting out with Dale Busch getting another win. Another win for Casa Loud, another set of boos from the fans. Anna Spork finishing second. Look at the drivers who needed to do good to get themselves in the top 35 in owners points. Anna Spork, Zoe Person, Psycho, all finishing in the top 5. The outlier is Georgia Hartz in 4th. I look down here, Justin Allgaier, another entry that needed to do well. We got Ito, Riley Anderson, Clyde McBride, and Mark Games, another entry who needed to do good again in the top 35. Rounds out the top 10. As you see the rest of the finishing results, and I'm going to say this much, and I don't know if it's going to be an unpopular opinion or not, but if the rule by the officials forced the 03 to qualify their way into Bristol next week, there might be some controversy on that one. I'll say. Started on the pole and was told by the officials to start in the back in the next restart due to a driver change, which usually that only happens post-qualified and not during the race. And because of that rule change, they may have screwed over an entry for next week.
And as we see the rest of the results too, Yuasui having a pretty good run in 14th place. Tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, that's another entry that needed to do good to try to get into the top 35. As I'm going to go ahead and see who pretty much finished below that. Jasmine Prime, Carla Joy, Jeffy. Oh, that's not good for the 6 either. Because I take a look at the owner's points for the 6th entry, they were 29th. May I remind you, almost, if I do the math correctly, 21 points ahead of 36 and the car that failed to qualify. So even if the 6 doesn't fall out of the top 35, they're going to be very dang close to that marker. As you see the car that failed to finish in Camille, 97 Leono, she's definitely going to need to qualify into next week. As we celebrate for another freaking win for Casa Loud here at the Subway 250. here from Silver Play streaming platform for AGDN. And before I wrap things up, final thoughts here, Angel?
This track is wild. I'll tell you that. This track is wild. That's why I love Rockingham. This is why I love it.
Got some pretty insane passing here, intense green flag runs, and carnage. Do not forget the carnage. It will not disappoint. And with that being said, congratulations once again to Dale Bush for winning. This has been Cody Smart covering the AT&T Great National Series here in the Cricket in our league. And this has been The Rock. Coming up next will be the Straight Talk Truck Series. And what is Ruby? What is she doing?
We don't know.
Oh, and while we do wrapping up, I did receive word. They want a word with Lazarius Smith for that incident that did take out the 97. We forgot to mention that. Good thing we did. Sorry about that, folks. But once again, this has been Coins Back coming to AT&T Great National Series. We hope you have a good one. And next week will be the last Great Coliseum at Bristol. We'll see you next week with AT&T Great National Series, but the coverage doesn't end here because Sean Ard will be covering the Straight Talk Truck Series coming up next here on Silver Play.